Check one. Hey, there we are. Hey, guys. Welcome to Sober Talk. Give me a second to get settled, all right? Here we go. Nice. Hey, guys. Hey, how are you? Welcome to Sober Talk. I am glad you're here. I did a little tour before I came in just to show you guys where I work. So every night I come over here and I'm by myself and I set up. I had all the lights turned on earlier because we had to do some. Had an audio guy over, finding out, doing some tweaking to the board and whatnot. But anywho, so I'm glad if you guys got to see. That's cool. So hey, welcome to Sober Talk. You're here because you want to get sober. You need to get sober. Perhaps you're sober curious. Maybe you have a loved one who's drinking too much. Maybe you're figured out that you love your loved ones and your kids, your wife, your spouse, your husband more than you do alcohol. Wow, isn't that something when you figure out that, oh my gosh, I, lo- I've been loving the booze more than I have my family. Any excuse to go out to the garage and drink beer. So, how do you know if you got a drinking problem? It's real easy. If it causes problems. Now, I have no problem quitting. Once I jumpstart my sobriety 2 or 3 days, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, daddy's home. Daddy's got this. But it's figuring out, it's different. Being alcohol free is one thing, but being alcohol free and happy, that's another thing. I've tried so many different ways to get sober and be happy and all that. And, read books, order books. I've gotten drunk and ordered books on how to quit drinking, at 1 o'clock in the morning off Amazon. And I got books in the other room here I'd never opened. Finally started working the steps and a lot of stuff I love about AA and a lot of stuff I'm still, you know, warming up to. Early on when I would go to an AA meeting, I felt like I wanted to drink really bad after I left. But I like the schedule. I like the frequency of the meetings. I like the structure, and uh, and that's why I kind of started Sober Talk. I started Sober Talk. It's kind of like it's not a meeting, but we do it every night, 8 p.m. Monday through Friday for the most part, and it's structure, and it's a reminder that hey, we don't drink, can't drink, we need to quit, we need to cut back, or someone I love needs to see this. Love. So, anywho, let's just welcome a few people to the show here. Carl Martin. Carl Martin's here. We got Joel Harris, Leighton Province. Hey, Province. Hey, Tom. Bev Holla. Hey, Tom. How are you? I'm good. Michelle Hutton. Hey. Penny Bishop. Penny Bishop. Good to see you. I've drawn a blank there, but I'm glad. Jennifer Marie. Hey, Jennifer. Ted Watson. Darren. Good to see you. Darren and I have been having a bromance online bromance for a few months now, and had a heart to heart. I was going to break up with him if he didn't play nice on the Sober Talk page. I think he's cool. So, Joe Harris, Timmy Adcock, so Jeff Rogers. All right, so Mike, Monty, I forget how you say your name. Real quick, let's go over here to welcome some people on the Tom Mabe comedy page. If I remember to set it up, we should have some followers over there on the Tom Mabe comedy page watching. Let's see, John Allen. Hey, Tommy. Mike Van Doren. Hey, I do love alcohol more because I do not have any. Oh, have any family? Okay, no wife or kids. All right. Well, that's hilarious. That made me laugh. I put in the description. Do you love alcohol more than you do your family? Mike Van Doren says, yes, I do because I don't have. Well, that made me laugh. So let's go back over here. Let's get going here. We have. I want to touch base with somebody real quick. I said I would touch base with. I told my. I made a kind of made a mental note that I want to do like a wellness check on this person, and Let's see if we can get a hold of Rehab Randy and see how he's doing. Right? I'd like to just check in on Rehab Randy.
Hello.
Hey, Randy, it's
Hey,
Tom. How
Tom.
are you, buddy?
All right.
You're talking real short.
Hanging in there.
You hanging in there? Tell me. So, how you feeling?
Not not great. I'm not happy about myself.
Yeah. It takes a while to get that first few days of sobriety, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm working on right now.
Uh,
And it's been just a challenge lately.
so what have you been like? I remember when I was trying to jumpstart my sobriety, and I've had that tomorrow for months, for
Yes,
years.
sir. Yeah, exactly. That's what
Yeah,
I'm going through.
yeah, and I, and is that amazing? And it always took some crazy ass rock bottom, some total embarrassment, something just so
Exactly.
to make it all
Or a
go.
trip to a trip to the hospital is usually what did it for me.
Yeah, that was kind of your deal. Well, I think from an outsider's point of view, I think that we talked one time and we had someone reach out to you. We've had a couple people reach out and talk with you, and you're a veteran, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you've got some uh, you got some benefits that some people don't have. So I re-
Uh, yeah.
yeah,
It's
so
well, it's that's another thing that alcohol is uh kind of pushed that away from me because I missed appointments. After a while, they kind of give up on you too.
yeah. We
If
had a
you
guy.
know,
I
if
had a yeah
you under,
yeah.
I'm sure you've have heard other veterans say that they go to the veterans clinic and then after a while, the veterans clinic says, you know what, we trying to help you. You miss your appointments. We don't hear from you for a year. Uh, we just can't help you anymore.
Yeah, I'm doing a show
I'm
called.
not the only one.
Oh no, look, dude, I'm doing a show called Sober Talk, and
Yes.
by the time tomorrow, this will have 10,000 people will have watched the show by tomorrow, and people still don't believe I'm trying to help myself because
Oh,
I.
I'm not on the show right now. You're just talking to me.
No, you are in the show. I'm telling everybody right now. I'm just
Oh,
saying
okay.
until you get some success under your belt, and you get some, so here's what I think you here. If it were me, here's what I would do. I would and I don't want to hear any excuses. Well, I don't want to wear a mask, or I don't want to. That's just
Yeah, I know.
that's your alcohol. That's your addiction talking. I would I would get a buddy, an accountability buddy in your neighborhood, and like a buddy of mine had to go to rehab, and I called him. He's at the airport, and I said, "What you doing?" And I was just here talking to Ron. I'm like, "Who's the hell Ron?" Oh, so it's a person the facility sends to my state to fly with me to make sure that I get on the plane, make sure that I get to the facility. He has an escort. And I'm like, damn, that's freaking genius. I think that you need to get another veteran in your town, someone in AA or some kind of treatment center. Hey, man, I need your help. I'm going to go, I got to go to a
Yeah.
detox. And this is you talk. I'm going to go to a detox. And I'm not going to be kicking and screaming all the way there. I'm going to be coming up with all kinds of excuses. I don't want the COVID test. I don't want the mask. I don't want this. Uh,
Uh,
I mean, that's me. I'm
well,
talking
no,
like,
I've never had a problem going to detox. I've never had a problem. I've always put myself there. I didn't need anybody to take me
oh,
there.
nice. Okay.
I was the kind of person I know where to go. There's a place that's like 40 miles up the road. I would call ahead of time. You'd get drunk before I got there because they didn't want you to there. If you came in there sober, they didn't want to even accept you, which is kind of strange to me.
If you
But
now repeat that,
that's
you
what
say
I've done it several times.
if you come in there sober, if you come in there
Eh,
sober,
I don't. Yes, I showed up before, and they were, when was the last time you had a drink? And I was like, a couple days ago. Well, you're doing pretty good. You know,
No, go
they
there
didn't
drunk off
take
your
me.
ass. I mean, go in there knocking shit
That's
over.
what I did. Oh
Dang.
my gosh! The one time I went in there, the lady was, when I woke up, and she was like, "Oh my God, you're lucky that lady that dropped you off took off what you did, because we were not going to keep you here." And 2 days later, they were like, "You're just like a totally different person when you're sober. You're the nicest person we have in the clinic, but when you're drunk, wow."
I know a lot. I got
You're a
some
crazy
celebrity
person.
friends. I got some friends who. So real quick, Michelle Hutton says, "Yeah, if you keep missing, they do kind of sweep you under the rug." Carl Martin says, "Randy, it's really good to know that you're giving this alcohol-free lifestyle a try." He's being sarcastic. Made me laugh though.
Well, I did really good for 2 years.
That did too.
I mean, I
I
really
did too.
did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Then I got home, then I came home. I got drunk. Came home wearing
well,
a condom. You know.
well,
So
I
another rock bottom.
left that job when I got fired, and I went straight to the convenience store and walked in the store, and I was walking into the cooler, and I was going to myself, telling myself, "This is the wrong thing to do. You know, this is the wrong thing to do. This is the
But we
wrong
all
thing to
do it.
do, but
We
you're going to do
all
it
do it.
anyway." All right. And then I get up in the morning, like this morning, open my little refrigerator. Oh my gosh, yeah, I got a refrigerator right next to the bed with
That's
keep my beer
convenient.
in.
That's convenient. You
Yes,
should get like
sir.
an IV with beer in it, and you drink it while you're sleeping. Well,
But I don't want to.
we're
It's just what
we're
sucks.
taking bids. We're taking bids in Vegas. How long before you're dead? And I'm just
Hmm,
just
really?
I set up a whole jackpot. It's great.
Well, I am missing. If you Google my name, there's this guy with my name that's been missing for years, since the 80s. He's
I want
about
to
my
see you.
age too.
Well, I just want to see you get sober again. Give it a shot.
I
But
will. I will.
don't
I have to.
yeah, you got to get someone to make sure you get to the facility. Call that lady. Remember that one time you took me dropped me off at the facility? I need you. Hey, I need a ride again.
Ah, uh, I got her name on my arm. She died next to me in bed one morning back in '07.
Does she drink? Does she use drugs or drink?
She was drinking. She drank, but she wasn't drinking at the time. She had depression and was taking medication that the doctors gave her, but she would over medicate herself.
Gotcha.
So, and she did it too many times, and finally it just caught up to her.
So I'm reading these Facebook comments here, Randy, and just Tina Labate. She says just a general comment. She says, "My rock bottom was when my daughter said to me that if I'm still drinking when the grandchildren comes, she will not allow me to be around them." Boom, that did it for me.
Hmm.
Uh, uh,
Yeah.
Michelle says she had a DUI case yesterday. I want to hear about that later, Laura. And Carl says, "I'm not trying to sound sarcastic. I simply did not remember Randy's story. I apologize." Okay, I didn't mean to laugh at it then. Uh, let's see. Darren says, Tina, I commend you." And Lulu says she can't find anyone in her neighborhood to take her somewhere. Call freaking Uber if you got to go to rehab. But Lulu, you've been sober for a while, right? Let's see. Jeff Rogers, don't take the first drink and you won't get drunk. So, all right, hey, I just did a wellness check on you. I'm glad that you're still living. Again, because I got like 10 to 1 odds that you can make it till Christmas. That's me. So maybe just cut back a little bit. I need a little extra Christmas money. Okay. Dude, I'm just trying to give you tough love. I don't know what to say to you. You don't sound real bad. Did you not drink as much today, Randy?
Um. No, that's just it. I've been pretty much drinking since I got up this morning at 7 o'clock.
Wow.
Uh, but I kind of just take it one. I buy 16-ounce beers, and I'm probably on my third or fourth 4-pack of the 16-ounce beers today. But it's like
Okay.
one beer, one 16 beer an hour, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of look at the clock, and I'm like, okay, well, I just drank a beer, and it's been an hour. Okay, it's been an hour. So I try, which I don't want to do that. I kind of want to go, let's not have any at all. I've been trying to, I don't know what's been going on, Tom, to tell you the truth, because
Dude, it's
Beginning
just
of the week,
insane. It's just insane.
I was like on two of the 4 packs in one day, and I was like so proud of myself because I was slowing down. And then I don't know. Well, to tell you the truth, there's something going on in my town. I live in Sebring, Florida. It's an internationally known race, and I usually attend it all the time. And I'm missing it this year because I did not want to work the shifts that they wanted me to work to get my ticket. And it's just, I'm missing that, and it's something I've done since 1978 when I was in high school.
So that's why you're drinking. That's why you.
Oh my gosh, it's a one hell of a party, but I'm
But
a
that's
race
why you're
fan.
upset. All right, let me give you some. I gotta jump. I just want to check, but I want to say, get up tomorrow, walk a mile. Say at 9 o'clock, I do this. Get some kind of structure. As
Well, I
humans,
want to mow the grass.
well,
We've
listen.
been getting a lot of rain from this storm,
Okay, another
and
excuse. But
I've
I'm just
been
saying.
wanting to mow the grass.
Well,
That
okay.
that that gives me the exercise. That's going to be walking a mile at least.
Yeah. Look, you need structure and purpose. And right now your
Yes,
purpose
sir.
is
Well, next.
right now you got mowing the grass and you got the Sydney, Florida race thing that you don't have. Buddy, I love you. I'm having something going on here with the phone. I will talk with you soon. And there you have it. That was Randy. I was doing a wellness check on him. Mike Van Doren says he does drink a lot. He said I don't drink every day. I am a bartender. It's either you are a raging alcoholic or you hardly drink. But when I drink, I rage cage. I never heard that. Michael Grider says, I quit 9 years ago because drinking gave me nothing. It left me wanting something that you just didn't identify itself. I love the taste of beer, and I like the taste of some hard stuff. I think I drank for the taste. I owned a bar for 12 years, drank nearly every day. I got drunk never. I am an alcoholic. I'm sorry, I got drunk never. Am I an alcoholic? He quit 9 years ago. I don't know. That's a good one. Here's a guy who quit 9 years ago. He did drink every day when he owned a bar. I don't know. I just think you're some dude who owned a bar, but you never got drunk. I don't think you're an alcoholic. Mike Van Doren says he'll get you a ticket, Randy. He's working Sebring. So, all right. So let's call. We have another guy that we called last night, Cody, and it went to voicemail. And I'm hoping that it does okay this time because I really want to hear this guy's story. Everybody doing all right? Can we do like a check-in? Anybody celebrating 2 days, 3 days? Anybody have anything big? Anyone about ready to fall off the wagon and they need to talk to and want to go live and let our little community, Todd Penny Bishop, Mr. Ted Watson. Okay, let me get back to our resident nurse. Love you, Laura. There's Laura. Laura, I want to call you at the end of the show. Make sure I have your number saved. Let's call Cody here real quick. Guys, I really appreciate you hanging out with me. This is I need this. I need structure. I need purpose.
Tom Mabe, Cody
Hey,
Gettler here. How are you?
Cody, I'm well, buddy. Hey, if your computer's turned on, can you turn it down in the background?
Yep.
Cool. So how you doing, buddy? We have Cody. How you say your last name? Gettner? Gettler?
Gettler. Yeah, if you could just use my first name, that'd be great.
All right. This is Cody.
Yeah.
All right. So hey, man, tell us what's going on.
Yeah. Well, so I really just kind of wanted to reach out. I've been following Tom for quite a while, and am I talking to Tom right now? Or
Yeah,
am I
this is
somebody else?
Tom, and you're the one who said your first and last name when we got.
Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. Hey, you know what?
This is Carol. Tom's
quick,
answer.
a quick background. I started following you. I remember you did a bit where you recorded a telemarketer at like a murder scene. You remember that bit that you did?
I don't remember that.
And
It sounds funny. It sounds hilarious. Yeah.
I started following you since then, but
Oh, thanks, man. I
and I'm
appreciate
so
it.
glad you're doing this. I think a lot of people are starting to view it. I know I have since you started doing it. But I'm younger. I'm in my 20s,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad was an alcoholic. So going through that seeing that growing up. He had been in and out of rehab several different times.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember taking him to the hospital several different times as a teenager and even through college. And I always told myself, I would never be like that. So whenever I first took that first drink, I think I realized that it was in my genetics. And I think that people need to realize that if they are having a problem with alcohol, they need to talk to their team right away.
Talk to the who?
And,
Are you talking directly in the phone? Are you on an earphone or a headphone or something? It's kind of
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm on my phone.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes feel like you're kind of moving away from the mouthpiece. So you said you encourage anyone to talk to their, you say shrink, or the doctor?
They're kids. I think they, if
Oh,
they are.
Mm-hmm. Agree
Okay,
100%
so,
because my kids, I thought my son was an alcoholic when he was 6 years old, and he'd never touched anything. But I could just tell with his OCD and ADHD and I could tell that he's we call it RID, restlessness, irritable, discontent, and that's why people drink. They self-medicate because they're restless, they're irritable, they're discontent, and I could tell that hey, I'm like, hey, he's. So now that I've gotten sober for the umpteenth time, this time since I'm actually working the steps, working sober talk here. I set them down. I say, hey, you guys, I've wasted a lot of years, wasted a lot of my life, of your life, by being a drunk. But I really, think the one takeaway. I'm not trying to find the silver lining, but the one takeaway is that how it can be. So know that you probably got this gene, and you're going to take one, and one's not going to be enough, and you're not going to know when to stop. So keep it in check.
Exactly.
Yeah, and realize it is a disease, or if you want to call it an allergy. But if you're my kid, there's a good chance that you won't stop. You won't be able to stop, and you'll want to wake up the next day at 10 a.m. and have a beer and just say it's the hair of the dog, and you'll do the hair of the dog for 10 years. So yeah,
And
good point. Good point.
I a couple other points that I wanted to make was, excuse my voice, I'm just getting over the COVID right now. I'm getting out of quarantine, but, there is help out there, and I really think that the 12-step program is fantastic for anybody, in everyday life, even if you're not an alcoholic.
Man, Cody, it's funny. I say that. I say that about every other show. The steps are amazing. Go ahead, buddy.
Take an inventory of yourself. Figure out, where can I change in my everyday life and help, another person. And, it doesn't. The 12 steps does not have to be just precluded to alcoholism. I think that everybody should, take a mental inventory of themselves, a moral inventory of themselves, and
well, look at the 12 steps. The 12 steps work because they got it for gambling, they got it for overeaters.
Absolutely.
There's a 12
narcotics,
steps.
everything.
Yeah, it's a proven system. And I think, a lot of times the reason why I think, Sober Talk is growing, and I think Sober Talk is going to be a huge success because we take a little bit from every kind of a, treatment, every time a kind of program. But a lot of times it was the when you're doing, the inventory to a lot of people until you find that right group. But boy, it's just like, the shaming that, and I kid you not, I've gone to a bunch of different, I went to the same group of AA meetings. I never found the right one because I never went to any other building but this one group. But anywho, I'm like, I wanted to drink when I left. So that's the beauty about Sober Talk is that we do have, people 25, 30 years in here that, who can talk about AA. I love AA, but I'm just saying it's not for everybody, so.
You're right.
So, and they say if you don't like AA, you just haven't found the right meeting, and I do believe that. But sometimes by the time you find the right meeting, you're like, screw this, I'm drinking,
Mm-hmm. But going off of that, you're right. AA is not for everybody. But if you're not going to go to the meetings, you have to find some way fight those cravings throughout the day.
Do you
So
now? Do you have
whether
and real quick before
whether
I, real quick, Cody? Let me just interrupt. I just saw this and it's going to go away and I'll forget because my memory's so bad. But Tina Labate is turning is celebrating 90 days tomorrow. That's great, Tina. Congrats. That's great. So, now, Cody, do you drink or did you drink? Or are you in recovery or where you at in your alcohol journey?
I am I wouldn't say in recovery, but I definitely have that gene,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had to go to a place before.
You had to go away to camp.
To
You had to go to camp and get sober up a
had
little
to go
bit.
to camp.
Yeah.
Had to go to camp. But
And thank God for you. People say it's the greatest thing in the world. This ain't your daddy's rehab. It ain't, it's just right now, the shaming and being an alcoholic. I'm an old, rich white guy, okay? So I don't give a flying rat's ass about what people think of me. But right now, people are just like, hey, it's, it's, there's so much shaming. And like you said it, I had to go away or whatever. But geez, I hear it's the greatest thing in the world. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? What state?
no, I went to a place in Kansas, but
Oh.
you know, you don't want to wake up every day and think that, okay, I can get through this, and then you wake up feeling so bad, or you have that, inner shaking feeling, to where the only thing that will take that away is, more booze. So there is help out there, 3 to 7 days, and then, but after that, you can't go right back to it. Um, you have to be strong. And I guess that's all I mean, it sounds easy, but, going back to, the cravings thing, find other things to do. What I've been doing is connecting with other people outside of um, my past circle. So, whether it's a church group or, going on a walk in the evening, cooking dinner, keeping your mind going and going and going instead of just going home after work, sitting down, and falling back into that same routine of drinking. Um, there's just certain things that you have to do. I mean, uh, like, it's just like a cancer patient, and I hate to compare those two, but it kind of is. A cancer patient has to change up their diet. They have to, go to the doctor for their treatments every day. Consider it as a treatment, a prescription. Go home each night, do a few things that will take your mind off of that, wanting that drink, because the cravings are tough, right? You know that.
Oh yeah, I get them. I still get the damn cravings, hard, really, really hard. And now, they they seem to pass about 10 or 15 minutes for me. But and sometimes I get pissed and I'm like, God, you know what would make me feel great right now? A beer. A beer would
Hmm.
make me feel really, really good. And but
Right.
I can't buy I can't buy alcohol anywhere around here. Everybody knows me now. I've been on my comedy pages. I made it clear that I'm sober times. And I think that's why I'm doing this too,
Yeah.
is to let everybody know that.
But there's no shame in that. I mean, I can still go into a bar and eat dinner or something with, a couple friends, and not want to have that beer or that drink before your dinner. But, the reason I'll give you a little bit more of my background. The reason I really had to stop and say, hey, you know, the check liver light came on,
Yep.
and, I'm in a couple big positions right now. One with my job, one with another elected position, and these are two big positions that I am so grateful for, and that I can't screw up. So alcohol has screwed up so much opportunity, so many different relationships, so much. It's not worth it. It's not good for anybody. I mean, it really isn't, Tom. And I just hope that um, anybody who is listening can get out of that cycle. You know, that it is a cycle, and
It's a
vicious
vicious
one.
cycle. Yeah, you and I've read the same books.
You
Yeah, I
know, you
totally
hear
get
that
it.
all the
Yeah.
time, and I hate to,
No, but it's
you know,
true. It's true. You go
those
first.
same
You
terms. But
first
go ahead.
the chaos kicks in, and like, oh my gosh, everything just, oh my gosh, the day I had to have a tech guy come over, we were having some issues last night, and I called just, here I'm trying to fix the room for sober talk tonight, and I'm like, just all and I was like, I was ready to go drink, and I played it out. I played the tape out. I was ready, like, I'm gonna go get a 12-pack of beer, and I'm not like, well, first of all, you can't do that. It's freaking stupid. You're gonna be doing sober talking about 4 hours, and then you start.
One
Go ahead.
one thing that has helped me out a lot, and um, it takes it's a 3-day course. It's called Transcendental Meditation, and I know that they teach meditation at different
Different camps,
you know
different things, yeah.
different camps exactly. But Transcendental Meditation is a type of meditation. It has nothing to do with any a religion or spirituality, but it's a type of meditation that you do twice a day, 20 minutes each time, and it just kind of calms your mind down and gets all of those thoughts out of your mind. And I tell you what, Tom, that has really kind of reprogrammed my mind to thinking, okay, it got me out of the same routine.
No, yeah, and
It
it's
helped
funny.
me
So
get out of that
transcendental
cycle.
meditating. I got to be honest. I've thought about so sober talk just sits vacant, until 8 o'clock at night, and I thought about wouldn't it be great if we picked an hour like 7 a.m. or something, and we did like we all just I just play some really cool public domain music, and have someone just meditate with people who want to meditate because I've done it. They say prayer is talking to God, and meditation is when God answers your questions. But there's so many different things, different trains of thoughts. When I meditate, I try to get between those two radio stations where it's just static. And if I could just let my mind just concentrate on that static, on that old dial, radio dial between the two, uh, things there, that frequencies. But yeah, I would, and they say if you mess up and you got to start all over, that's even good. In some meditations, like I know in some meetings, certain I have an addiction therapist. You don't have to free up your mind. Just sit there and just think about anything. Just let it go. Think freely. So, but I would love to do some kind of a daily meditation, because I know AA and a lot of programs swear by it. And can you tell me one more time the type of meditation, Cody? It was called transcendental.
Transcendental. So
Okay.
a shorter, they go by TM. So TM is what most people call it.
TM. Okay,
And
gotcha. Okay.
so TM. So it really is. It's a class that you go through. There are professionals that teach this class, and again, it's non-religious, has no religious affiliation. And you go through this class for 3 days, and it's about the
Okay, I'm losing your in and out here.
okay, can
No, I'm losing. Man, can you email me that, and can we get you back on the phone? You sound like a very interesting dude, man, and I would love to hear more from you. But unfortunately, you went into a cave or something. Are you there?
step over.
Hello. All right, that was Cody. Cody is he see. I don't know who this is. Really? No, I don't know who this is. Uh, don't call my phone while I'm on the show, guys. If you want to email me, I will call you. So let's see. Here's what I'm trying to get. I am trying to get uh, Tina Labati's number. anyone, Tina, can you email me or get with Carl or something? I would love to have your phone number. Tina has 90 days tomorrow, and that is huge. That is very, very huge. Let me see if I have a uh, uh, let's see here. Her number. Let's see. Well, okay, I'm looking for Tina Labati's number. Let's call while we're waiting on Tina. Let's call Laura.
Hello.
Hi, Laura. It's Tom Mabe. Are you What
Hey.
you doing, girl?
Working.
Oh, you are. Oh, you are working right now. What the heck on it?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you
No,
go.
it's okay. No, it's fine.
So what you what, what tell me what yesterday you got in a what did you say someone came into the office or into the hospital?
Yeah. Um, Unfortunately, due to the hurricane, I'm an essential employee, so we have to pack a bag for 3 days.
Mm.
Tampa General's on an island. It was made by men, so
Okay.
they didn't think about that. So there's only bridges to get to it. Um, but we did have 2 traumas yesterday, and 2 were DUI cases. So,
Wow. Wow.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
but they turned out fine. Thank God. Just some bumps and bruises, but I gave my lecture. I talked to these kids.
What
I said,
give me a rundown. What do you tell these kids when they come in the hospital and they're you know they're messed up and they're drunk and they're
you know what? If I will show them a body bag, I'll show them a picture of the morgue that's downstairs in our hospital. Um, I'll tell them, if this was worse, you would have 3 IVs in you, you would have tube down your throat, all of that. And I think they finally realized, like, oh my God, this could result in death, or I could have killed somebody else. So
wow.
I just sit. I
What
sit
kind
at
of
their
reaction?
bedside.
What kind of reaction do they cry? Do they or they like?
One kid did. He kept apologizing to me, and I said, "You don't apologize to me. You need to take care of yourself." And he's actually going to get help. He actually called the facility while he was still there, and they picked him up. So I cried, and
You're a good egg, Laura. Nurse Laura's a good egg, people.
I try.
Well, I was trying. Tina Labati's celebrating 90 days tomorrow, so I'm on a mission
That's
trying to get her number.
awesome.
And Michelle Hutton's texting me saying we are bored. So I said, hey, you know what? Go home then, Michelle. Karen, we don't care. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, yeah. So, all right. So this is. I just want to call and say hi, and
No, great. I'm glad.
you need to be thinking of your next topic because I want to have you on early next week.
Sure. After I get done with this 72 hours on call, I'll hopefully have my brain back and I'll be able to think of some stuff. So,
Hey, Laura, you want to
yeah.
know something? Can I tell you something?
But
I got my braces off today.
you did.
I did.
Well, are you going to smile closer to the camera then?
My mustache covers it up, but yeah.
That's great.
No, they're just,
We
God,
should,
it's
we
so
should
so cool.
celebrate.
Yes, I got some beer. All right, I'll talk to you soon, Laura. Thank you so much.
All right, Tom. You guys have a great night.
All right, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
So we are waiting on on Laura's thing here. And I want to say hi real quick to I want to thank Michelle. We have gotten more compliments on last night's show. I love when Jeff Graham comes to town and he it just makes the show so much more fun. And we just love. All right, we're gonna call this guy here because Carl is more like one of the founding members of. He's been here since the very first show, And it's the reason why I kept on doing it, because he's like, dude, he's like, I don't know who you are, but I love this sober talk. So,
Hello.
hey, buddy, how are you?
Hey, Tom. I'm doing good. I'm sitting here. I'm watching this thing called Sober Talk.
Dude,
Uh,
I binge watch that every night. It's like the best show on Facebook.
as you know, Crime USA can't compete with this show. I mean, it's just incredible. Hey,
What do you think? What do you think about Randy? Randy, I mean, I don't know what to say to Randy. Here's a guy who's obviously needs help, and it's like I said last night. If you have stage 4 cancer, and the doctor said, "Hey, you're going to die in 3 months," but then all of a sudden they go, "Oh, guess what? We got great news. We got a cure. Here's what you have to do. We got to do this and do that." And that's like alcoholism. I told him I was trying to like, dude, yeah, we're taking bets in Vegas on you, and I mean, he does not want the help. He says he wants it, but it's out there. I know how
uh,
hard it is to jumpstart your sobriety, though.
no, Tom, it's incredible. We're dealing with the brain, which is so much different than other body parts like cancer or I remember. Do you remember I think it was in 8th grade or ninth when the
Miss
people
Johnson's
come.
class? Yeah, that was yeah, and we had that substitute.
eh, when they come to school and talk to you about, hey, and they show you the body bags and the wrecked cars, and teenager, kids, and I say kids up to, uh, people don't get it. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. That's not going to happen to me. Um, so I'll drink or whatever I want to do, and I'm not dismissing what Laura's done. Thank God she does what she does, but that for a brain, a damaged brain, just does not understand. Does not really understand that, and especially if you have a brain of a teenager, as I think I still do. But you know, it is so critically important for people to understand that you're dealing with a brain issue, not a moral or character. But that's the only thing we can come up with right now.
Yeah, but two, whatever the issue is, there's ways that you can
Yeah,
stop. There's ways you can stop, and I just don't know.
yes, no, there are.
And like Cody was saying earlier, those steps, they do work. They do help. And if you get a few of them under your belt, I still haven't done 4 and 5. Haven't talked to Gary about sponsoring like 3 days. Uh, I'm kind of using sober talk as a substitute for AA, and I know I can't do that. But it's
No,
but I was talking to a buddy of mine in a different city. He said, I get 4 or 5 under your belt and get some relief, get more, relief on, in your brain, free up some more space in your mind drive. And
yeah,
I got to do that. And I got to do
and
4 or 5.
yeah, I mean, it does begin to heal itself, and that man, it was so important for me. I hated calling my sponsor every morning. That was sort of a requirement type thing. If I'm going to be your sponsor, I expect you to call me. I'm saying I'm not taking orders from you, but I called him every single
Hmm.
morning. And,
Let me read this here. This is Chris. What do you think about this, Carl? This Chris Money says, I get stuck spinning my wheels trying to micromanage this and that are out of my control. And I do that too. I micromanage things. And geez, I've known a lot of alcoholics. He said, so I've been giving more to God than I have ever have in the last couple months, and let it play out and see how it goes. Normally, they always work out pretty good. So that was Chris saying that. Let's see. Tina Labate. Oh
I
God, Tom, I hear you. Tina Labate, are you going to email me your phone number? You can email it to sobertalklive@gmail.com. Sobertalklive@gmail.com. Uh, and 90 earns you a new shiny chip. Congratulations. That's Ted Watson talking about that. So,
cool.
all right. So you been good, Carl? Everything good in your world?
Yeah, man, it's up and down. It's just like everybody else. We all have challenges. I think just, you made one of the greatest comments a minute ago, Tom, and that I hope that other people heard. Even at 90 plus days, you say, I still crave a beer or alcohol every now and then or every day or whatever it was. But you still crave alcohol. People need to understand this doesn't go away after 90 days. You feel a lot better after 90 days, but it's not gone. It's not over with. Man, I remember when you said you can't buy alcohol in your town. I was the same way. I couldn't buy it for a 20-mile radius.
Yeah. Have to order it off Amazon or something. All right, brother. Well, I'm going to let you go, and I want to talk a little bit about this app, My Spiritual Toolkit. I'll talk to you soon, Carl. Okay, buddy?
Have a good night, Tom.
All right, thanks, brother.
All right.
That's our friend Carl. So, 119 days. So, let's see. I have this app on my phone, and it's called Spiritual Toolkit. And it's, you put your sober date there, and it's really cool. And you can go in there and you can read daily reflection. This is what today's daily reflection is. And this is part of my routine that I don't always, you know, abide by. I don't always do it. Ask him in your morning meditation. Here we go, that meditation word again. Ask him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the man who is still sick. Alcoholics Anonymous. For many years, I pondered over God's will for me, believing that perhaps a great destiny had been ordained for my life. Okay, my contact just fell out. Hold on, guys, because I want to hear this. I really want to do this. So, there we go. All right, Clark Kent, right? For many years, I pondered over God's will for me, believing that perhaps a great destiny had been ordained for my life. After all, having been born into a specific faith, I hadn't been told early that I was chosen. It finally occurred to me as I consider the above passage that God's will for me and was simply that I practice step 12 on a daily basis. Step 12. What is step 12? That's doing a service. And what's Tom doing right now? I'm doing a service. I'm going to be lying. I'm doing a service for me, but part of the steps that I liked was step 12, doing things for other people. When I can, and if someone's having a bad day, I'll drop something in the mail to them, and it makes me feel better. So I think when you do good things for people who need things, when you're able to, that's a good thing. That's a good deal. So. I soon learned that this practice aids me in keeping my life in the context of the day at hand. So so what they're saying is it's a service thing. Step 12, do something good for other people. When we reach out to Randy, when we, or whatever, it's a very, very, cool thing. So all right, now we're going to do one more call here. I was really wanting to talk to Tina. Tina never sent me her number, so I can't do that. I can't see Tina. I'm not getting anything from you. I'm not seeing then let's see. All right, let's call. We did have a request to call somebody. Let's call this person here. And I do want to tell her how well received she was. Let's go here. And guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm having a serious eye issue right now. I can't see anything.
Hello.
Hi, Michelle. It's Tom Mabe from Sober Talk. What's happening?
Hey, Tom. How are you?
I'm well. We had so many great compliments last night when you were on the show with me and my friend Jeff. And it was just Veteran Day. It worked out great, and so many people said so many great things about it. So thank you for doing it. I know you put some time into that, working that up. So thank you so much. And I believed a lot of it too. So I'm teasing.
Yep. I had a great time yesterday. I didn't expect to share that much information, but actually opened up a lot, and I felt a lot better, sharing stuff.
Yeah, when you share, it kind of releases the grip it has on you. When you let, the more you share, it kind of releases that, the grip. And that's why some people they like talking about everything, because the more they get out, the better they feel.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends reached out to me by text and then Facebook Messenger, and they're like, wow, I didn't know, or, or wow, I knew some of it, but I didn't know all of it, and then some of them actually opened up and said, I've been struggling with alcohol, or I've been struggling with this, or like my
Right.
spouse or my
Right.
partner. And, I had no clue. And we hadn't talked about that part in our friendship, and we may have been friends for 3 years, 5 years, or a couple months,
Isn't it
and just,
amazing? I have so many people every day that I'm like, oh, guy Jim Givens, who would call on the show. He gets, he's sober almost 2 months now, and I didn't even know he had a drinking problem. I get housewives, girls I went to high school with. Oh my gosh, Tommy, I'm drinking like 2 bottles of wine a night, and this
yeah,
and
you
that.
just don't know.
You
I mean,
just
you
don't know.
can't judge a book by its cover,
Yeah.
You just
Hey,
never know.
I want to tell Kenny Rice. Kenny, if you can you email me at sobertalklive@gmail.com? Kenny Rice wants to talk. Or just put your number here and I'll delete it after I call you. Kenny Rice, email me at sobertalklive@gmail.com. So yeah, you don't never know. You just don't know how bad someone's having it.
Yeah, you just never know. I mean, when I walk in the VA sometimes, I'm looking at people and, people are like, oh, the eyes are the window to the soul. But then you look at these veterans and there's veterans that look like as young as 15 in there, and there's veterans that look like as young as 102. And you just
Wow.
never know what they've been through. The VA, I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I mean, I hope yesterday that a lot of people got some type of information and some type of insight to what I've been through, and
No, I
I
think it
hope
was
that.
great. I'm sure they did. I mean, I've heard from several people who loved it. So, hey, I
Yeah.
only got a few minutes here left, and
Mhm.
This Kenny Rice just gave me his number, so I want to call him and see
Oh,
if he's
okay,
struggling
that's
with anything.
wonderful.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
that's
cool.
wonderful. It's
All
great
right.
talking to you, Tom.
Thanks, Michelle. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so let's call Kenny Rice real quick. You are watching Sober Talk, guys. I'm glad you're here. I have to go back to Nashville next week. I may have a couple of days where I'll do it from my hotel room, or I just don't know how late I'll be filming. But I got to pay the bills. So it's 931-216-9008. Oh, really? I just said that. I'm so stupid.
Hello.
Hey, Kenny, it's Tom Mabe, Sober Talk. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good about you.
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm sober right now, and I'm doing this little show, and it holds me accountable, and it's structure. Are you a drinker? Or,
Oh, yeah.
so how long you been drinking, and what's the longest you gone without drinking in recent months? I'm just curious.
I think the longest I've been is about 10 days.
That's good. And so you get it out of your system, and then you go, hey, I got this beat. I'm gonna go back and drink again, or what happened?
Kind of.
That's what happened.
Go a little bit, and then you think, crap, I'll go get, a couple shots, and then it leads to more shots the next day, and more shots the next day, and,
Yeah.
and then get back in the same old routine that you're already in.
You feel like you're kind of reloading the minutes on your phone card. Oh, I'm out of minutes. I got to stop for 10 days. And then, I reload. I'm good. I can make calls now. And I'm a touring comedian. I used to have to, back in the day, I had to get these phone cards. So I was like, I got more minutes. I call people.
I've been following you for a while. I like all your stuff.
Oh, thank you. But have you had any problems because they say, how do you know if you got a drinking problem? If it causes problems, what problems has it caused you, if any?
It causes me problems with my other half.
Mm-hmm.
We're not married or anything, but we tend to argue and I do stupid stuff that I wake up the next day and regret doing.
You hit the person, or you get abusive or anything?
No. I don't do. Well, more of a
verbal abuse.
Yeah, verbal abuse.
Yeah. One day that person will wake up and leave.
Yeah. She's been pretty nice because I don't see why she's still around, but she's still sticking around with me.
Are you a good looking guy? Are you giving me? Be honest. Are you really? I mean, that's why my wife.
No,
Come on,
I'm
look at all this.
I'm short. I'm short.
Oh, she's gonna leave you, dude. She's leaving you. I'm 6'4".
I'm short. I'm short, and I'm losing my hair. So man, I'm screwed.
God gave me wonderful hair. I'm not gonna lie to you. So what you're here for a reason. What do you want? What's your goal? In a perfect world, what would not and don't say I wish I could drink reasonably. Every alcoholic thinks they wish they could drink like a normal person, and then all of a sudden they go 10 days and I could do it. I went 10 days. I gave it a break.
Yeah.
I won't come back more. Every time I've always come back. I just drink every once in a while. You'll negotiate with yourself. But what's the end game for you? What do you want to do?
I think my biggest thing is my 5-year-old little boy, and I want to be around for him.
But right now, you love the alcohol more than your 5-year-old and your girlfriend.
It's a struggle. Yeah. I wouldn't say that, but
well, okay, you're.
but yeah, I know what you're saying.
I mean, it's tough love, dude. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting old enough, and just where I realize everything I say to you, I'm saying to myself. You know, a waste of. How old of a guy are you?
37.
So, you got a 5-year-old.
Yep.
I would love to go back and stop drinking when my son was 5. The stuff we missed out on. I mean, I was a functioning alcoholic. We did a lot of things, but man.
I think what you're talking about, the functioning alcoholic, that's what I've been my whole life.
Is it what?
I've held down a job for going on 20 years. I've got money in the bank account, did all the good stuff, but
yeah, but
closet drunk the whole time.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah. And how much time do you give to your kid and your girlfriend? How much time of your time? You know, my wife doesn't want a Mercedes. You know what my wife wants? She wants me to just sit down and talk with her. My son doesn't want a trip to Talladega and hot passes to go into the garage. He wants to sit down with me. He wants he just loved to go for a ride, and I wasn't on the phone or wasn't, just doing this and doing that. They want the best gift you could give your 5-year-old is you, a sober you, and that's real talk right there, man. And if you don't ever do that, you're gonna wake up regretting it. And I used to cry myself to sleep because of God, why am I such a screw up? Why can't I not stop drinking that? And now there's times I'll cry myself to sleep because why did I do that? Why did I wait so damn long to stop drinking?
I had an uncle. He was Uncle Mike. He was probably about 50 something, early 50s, and he died from cirrhosis.
How's your health? Have you ever had doctors say, yeah, your liver count's a tad high, or your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your sugar?
Yeah.
You know
they had already told me I got a mild case.
Of liver damage?
Yeah, cirrhosis.
Yeah, well, you see, that's just a mild. You're good for another 5-10 years until it gets kind of like until it becomes a bad. You don't have to stop until it's like a bad case.
And that's kind of what you think. Well, I'll be all right because they tell you it can repair itself. So you think in the back of your mind, you're like, well, I'll be all right as soon as I quit here soon.
Yeah. Well, I wish you well. If you want to stop drinking, I would recommend getting in our private group here, because we got a lot of, we're not we're not going to shame you because every one of us has a story worse than you, I'm sure. But every one of us wish that we were 37. I wish I was 37 and quit when my son was 5.
Yeah.
It's tough being 39. Jeez, next year I'll be 40. It's crazy tough.
Well, I tell you, you're doing a good thing, and I appreciate it because it does help.
But is this the first time you've been on the show or been on the site and watched the show? Or
That's the first time I've been on the show, but I've been listening to it for about 2 weeks now.
Oh, cool. A lot of people go. Oh, by the way, in the description, there's a link to sobertalklive.com, and you can listen to all the past sober talks in your car and on your headsets by checking out the podcast. And the podcast is everywhere you get your favorite podcast. So anyway, so all right, yeah. So yeah, Daryl Hansen says time is running out, caller, and Carl says,
Yeah.
what is a functioning alcoholic? What is a functioning alcoholic? Someone pays the bills. Yeah, your girlfriend, she's going to find someone who's not a drunk. And,
Yeah.
dude, you already said what, you're short, fat, and you're losing your hair, and you're drunk on top of it? Come on. What the hell? You're
screwed.
a gambler. Jeez, look, we got to, Carl, we got to get this guy, how long before the girlfriend leaves him when Rehab Randy dies? We're going to, love you, brother. I hope you keep on watching. Hope you join that private group because there's a lot of help in there. There really is.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you being honest. I really do. And I think there is something at the end of the tunnel here for you. And you can do it while you're still young. I couldn't.
All right,
I couldn't do it when I was 37. I didn't do it when I was 37. I wish I did do it when I was 37. So, all right, brother. Thanks for calling. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. See you. Bye. So there you go, guys. You have watched another exciting episode. It was just amazing. Sober talk. So no, let's see, Tom, if you get a chance, touch on sponsoring the show. I think it's the private one. Hold on, this is Ez. Tom, if you get a chance, touch on sponsoring the show. I think it's the private one. I don't know. For some reason, I have not been approved and would love to donate monthly. So, okay, there is a button on that says support the show, become a supporter in the description, and it should work. I don't know much about it, but all right, I love you guys. Have a great night, and good deal. All right, bye. I should do the show from here one day. That way I can push all the buttons, don't worry about stuff that's on. Yeah. Let's see, I like this angle. Look at that. Oh, that's a good angle right there. Guys, thanks for taking a tour of the office with me earlier. That was really cool. So if you didn't see it, go check it out. I'm proud of it. I bought the one and bought the second one and just bought the third one recently. And my one of my little side hustles is I buy properties and I hope to rent them out one day when I retire. So, all right.